If you have one of these, one of your iPhones, and you're worried about it getting stolen, you should install the kill switch. Apple's kill switch for the iPhones, it appears to have been had an effect on crooks because they are stealing fewer of them. On the other hand, they seem to be stepping up their pilfering of Android phones. Rolfe Winkler, getting up early on the West Coast, joins us from San Fran to talk about this one. Rolfe, how are you?
I'm good. It is early. How you doing, Paul?
Yeah, I'm doing okay. I've had a few cups of coffee already. So I don't actually, if I have a kill switch on here, I don't even know if I've installed it or not. I don't think I have it. But explain to us what the kill switch is doing.
It's part of iOS 7. So if you have iOS 7 on your phone, it's got a feature called Activation Lock. And what Activation Lock does is it makes it impossible for thieves to erase and reinstall the factory settings on your phone without your Apple ID and password. For instance, it also, without your Apple ID and password, you can't turn off Find My iPhone. Now, the reason this is significant is that means it makes it very difficult for a thief who takes your phone to, as I said, reinstall the software, basically make it a new phone so that he can sell it at a very high price on the secondhand market.
Right. And what we're starting to see is you're starting to get more than just anecdotal evidence. I mean, you have some municipalities, some cities reporting that there have been fewer thefts of iPhones, right?
That's right. So yesterday, the New York Attorney General, working with the San Francisco District Attorney and also the City of London, put out a report that said that thefts of iPhones in particular in the first few months of this year dropped pretty significantly versus the prior year. Now, iPhones are still the #1 target for thieves, but the crime rate is down, and they're saying that they believe this is because of the activation lock feature in iOS 7, that thieves are recognizing and shifting their target. Instead of iPhones, they're now increasingly targeting Samsung devices, some of which have a similar feature, but that has only recently been rolled out.
Right. It's amazing. These thieves are very, very clever, right? They figured this one out pretty quickly. So how does Samsung, Google, how do all the other companies, how do they respond to this?
Well, that was the other news yesterday, is that Google and Microsoft both said that in the basically in the next versions of their operating systems, and some going back in this case of Microsoft, they will have similar theft deterrence features. So that means that theoretically we'll make a larger percentage of these phones less desirable for thieves to steal. Now, remember, when you and I pay $200 subsidized for an iPhone in the United States, but these things retail for $600 to $700 here, and sometimes even in Brazil, an iPhone is $1,000 US, or roughly, due to taxes. Point being, that means they're very valuable to thieves. A used one can be sold on eBay right now for $400. So that makes a very lucrative secondhand market, makes it very desirable for somebody to just snatch it up out of your hand while you're on the street. And anything that makes it it makes it harder for them to resell that phone effectively as a new phone would be a good theft deterrent. That's the hope.
Right, right. All right, I have to leave it there, Rolfe. Thank you very much. Appreciate the time.